Hi beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for the likes, the comments, and for subscribing. In this video I will be updating you on unfortunate love. Guess what? Rishi found out Paro is his daughter. You need to watch till the end to see how it happened. Let's go. The episode starts with Anushka telling Malishka that she wants help to save Ayush from Shalu. She tells her that Rishi has feelings for Lakshmi and you failed. They are saying that they both want to be together, but they can't. Malishka says even God has helped me a lot and says don't tell anyone. She tells her that when the DNA scene happened, she had gone to change the report but couldn't change it, and the reports were positive and it confirmed Paro to be Rishi's daughter. But when he came home, it came negative. Anushka says you might have read wrong. Malishka asks if I am illiterate and says it was positive, but when it was delivered, it came negative. Ayush hears and gets emotional and recalls Rishi's words that Lakshmi might have told him that Paro is his daughter. Ayush stops the car seeing Shalu and offers to drop her home. Shalu says she doesn't want to sit in his car when he couldn't do anything. He says he can't change his family's perception and tells her they will do what they want. You know how they are. Shalu says, I thought your brother will help, but I was wrong. Ayush tells that he came to help her and asks her to come with him. Shalu refuses. Ayush says, you are stubborn even now. Haven't changed even 1%. Shalu comes to his car and says she's taking lift from him as today is the auto strike and I need to sleep. She says it is not your mistake. Ayush says you are wiser than me always. Ayush and Shalu comes to Rano's house. Ayush teases Paro. Paro asks about Rohan. Shalu says he came to drop me and haven't gone home. Ayush says I will make you both meet tomorrow. Promise. Paro says I will meet Rohan in school anyhow. Ayush says you have become my life. He asks Shalu to give water. He then plucks Paro's hair. Paro asks him to throw it. He keeps it on his handkerchief and says he will throw it when he goes out. Rishi tries to talk to Lakshmi. Shalu comes back and hears Ayush and Paro talking about the secret. Ayush says it will make everyone happy. Shalu gives him water and tells her she will make Paro sleep. The episode starts with Ayush asking Lakshmi about Rishi. Lakshmi asks him not to talk about Rishi and tells that he had brought food for me and I have to eat it due to his stubbornness, and asks him to tell him that she doesn't want to meet him. Ayush says Rishi Bai is not a bad guy. Lakshmi says not for you. Lady Constable says time is up. Shalu says 1 minute and asks Lakshmi to take care of herself and trust Babaji. This trouble will end soon. Lakshmi says even you. They have a hug. Ayush takes Lakshmi's hair strand and keeps it in his handkerchief. Lakshmi tells Ayush that she trusts him and asks him to help Shalu. Ayush says, you will yourself help Shalu, and says you will come out and this is my trust, and says you shall take care of yourself for Paro, Shalu and us. He gets tears and goes. Ayush goes to drop Shalu. He says sorry and asks her to take care of Paro and herself and call if needed. Shalu stops and asks why you are doing this, why you are stopping me from disliking you, and says don't be nice with me. I don't want to like you even a bit. She goes. Ayush gets in his car. Music plays. He recalls their moments. He goes to the doctor and tells that he has brought Paro, Rishi and Lakshmi's hair strand. The doctor says he had done it already. Ayush says you have to do it again and says it is the matter of someone's life and death. He gives him time, 12 afternoon, and asks him to give the test report to him only. Doctor says okay. Ayush couldn't sleep and walks in the room. Anushka wakes up and asks, why are you walking? Ayush says, I am not getting sleep and wants to calm down my mind a bit. Anushka asks him to go to the garden and have some fresh air, and then she finds him gone and wonders where did he go. The episode starts with Neelam coming home and asks Mukesh to bring lemon water for her. Daddy asks Neelam to talk to her and says, I was silent all the way, as you said that you would talk at home. Neelam says, I understood that you are restless, as you didn't hope what I did. And Charles says, you hate that girl so much. Karishma asks why you helped her. Neelam says, I know that you all will bombard me with questions. Malishka tells that we all were fighting for you and your justice, and anything could have happened to you. And if you had lost your life then? Karishma says, I can't believe that you saved her. Anushka says, you were against her, and Malishka fought with Rishi for her justice. Antra says, yesterday night you were angry at Rishi for asking to save Lakshmi. Malishka says she didn't believe. Neelam asks if you are angry. Karishma says more than angry. Daddy says she is very happy. Karishma says we all are shocked and asks why you saved her. Rano asks Shalu and Lakshmi if everything is fine. Shalu says yes. Rano says police shall not come to my house. Shalu says yes. Lakshmi says sorry. Rano asks them to understand this. Ancha asks Neelam to say. Malishka asks what has happened that you changed the decision. Ancha asks why you have freed Lakshmi. Karishma says as you have freed her, you have to answer. Rishi comes there running and thanks and hugs Neelam for saving Lakshmi. He says, I will be with you all day. Shalu hugs Lakshmi and says she is very happy now. Lakshmi says, I am happy, and says there was darkness in the jail. And when the thought used to strike my mind that I would be away from Paro, I used to think when I would see Paro again and couldn't fulfill mother's duty. Daddy says Rishi is also happy like me. Malishka says he wanted Lakshmi to be freed. Malishka tells Neelam that she is more than a mother for her, and she, being her Bahu, wants to save her house from the danger and trouble, and says Lakshmi is danger for us and our family. Malishka says Lakshmi is inauspicious. Rishi asks them to stop it and says Lakshmi is not here to justify herself. So that doesn't mean that you can say anything against Lakshmi. Malishka says it is all my mistake. I shouldn't have diverted Paro's case. It was not Lakshmi's mistake then. Also, she had accepted and says it was all that inauspicious Paro's mistake, and she should have been punished. Neelam shouts, stop Malishka, and says nobody should say anything against Paro from now onwards. Neelam says, I will not hear anything wrong against Paro. Malishka asks if you are saying this or someone came in your face and saying this, and says, you know well how inauspicious she is. She is that inauspicious Lakshmi's daughter. Neelam says, Paro is my granddaughter. She says, Paro is this house blood. She says she is my own granddaughter. Rishi is surprised and asks Neelam if she also felt that Paro is her granddaughter. Neelam says, I am not you. I take decision from mind and don't trust anyone without proof. Rishi asks what proof. Neelam says Ayush had come to me and said that Paro is your daughter. A flashback is shown. Ayush comes to Neelam and tells her that Paro is Rishi's daughter. Neelam says DNA test was done and Paro is not Rishi's daughter. Ayush shows her DNA report. Neelam says it's fake. Ayush requests her to come with him. They go to the doctor. Flashback ends. Neelam says doctor told me the truth, that the report is positive, and says even the last report was positive. She says Paro was Rishi's daughter in last report and this report too. Rishi cries and gets emotional. Neelam tells that she's saying this for once and all. Paro is her granddaughter and nobody can send her to Junivel home. Doctor comes there and says, I don't know how the fake report came last time. Neelam says, I told everyone. He goes. Neelam asks Anchel and Karishma to come with her and says she has to take some decisions and asks them not to go in the school. Rishi thinks of Neelam and doctor's words and comes to the conclusion that Lakshmi had changed the reports before and thinks, why did she do this? He thinks she did this so that I don't find out that she's my daughter. Why she didn't tell me? I am coming to her to take answers from her. Malishka asks Rishi where he's going. Rishi says he's going to confront Lakshmi. He says, when she called me dad, I felt that I am her father. And why she called me dad, just as there is a reason that we have father and daughter's relation. He says Paro is my daughter and that Lakshmi is egoistic and lied to me many times. He says, I know that Lakshmi has done this and says I didn't believe on the DNA report that she is not my daughter. And then she hurt my fatherly sentiments and lied that Paro's father is in the village. He says, I want answers to all my questions now itself. Malishka tries to stop him, but in vain. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and come back for more updates from your favorite Z Word series.